Well, it is Saturday morning. It is time to talk to the one and only Michele Cummins. Yes, it is the Cummins Real Estate Group show. How you doing, Michele?
I'm excellent, Curtis, and I am carrying on. How are you doing?
You are carrying on even though Supernatural ended after 15 seasons?
It's sad. It's sad. It's like bittersweet. Actually, it's just bitter because we don't want good things to end, but sometimes they have to. Everything seems to end, but carrying on from knowing and appreciating what I've been able to enjoy this whole time and appreciating it is just, and carrying on from it and not forgetting about it. And it's been great. It was a great season, actually series finale last night. Oh my gosh, can't believe it's over.
Well, you know what? You'll always have a little piece of it because, of course, you own, a couple of the cars from it.
Couple cars, yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, it's true. I have like the rolling museum because we have the baby hauler. So the trailer they used for 15 years and the truck that they hauled it with. And so inside the car, the guy in charge of all the Impalas, he took all the the stickers or the decals on the police vehicles and the emergency vehicles because, every week they were in a different, U.S. town, trying to save save the town folks. So there's always police and, every state. So they slapped the stickers on the inside of the trailer. So the whole inside of this gigantic trailer, it's 2 stories high. I'm telling you, there's a lift in it. So you can have the baby Impala number 1 and then number 2. You can lift and have 2 cars, plus there's a workshop in the front of it. So it's pretty big, but it's fully decked out with all these logos or these police and emergency decals. And one of the segments that I did for City TV, I don't know if it's the one that's going to be aired today on City TV Vancouver, but one of the segments I actually did it in the baby hauler with the Impala, and, you could see all the decals. Anyways, it's really, really cool. That and a couple of their red cars that were through. One of the red cars was in the last 3 episodes and an earlier episode, and yeah. Anyways, it's a lot of fun.
Very, very cool. And amazing that they, when you think about a 15-year run on TV, that is an amazing run.
It is. Oh my gosh. Like usually 10 was amazing. People would go, "What, 10? That's like, wow." But 15.
Well, yeah, from being involved in the industry, like just getting to 100 episodes so you can have syndication rights was always the goal.
That's right.
To go 15 years. Wow.
Did you watch it last night?
No, I did. I've watched Supernatural here and there. I've never been with the point where I watch every week. I follow along enough to watch it here and there, but I didn't get a chance to watch last night.
Well, I was on, 5 shows or whatever, way back when I was doing that background extra work. And I didn't really know or watch the show until years later when friends of ours came over and they were fanatics. And Richard, being the location guy he is, he knew all the locations, but we never watched the show. So that's sort of how we're like, I guess we should watch a show and see what they're so excited about.
It's funny sometimes when people turn you on to something that you have no interest in or you just haven't watched or you don't think you'll like, and then you end up going, this is amazing. That was The Walking Dead for me. I'm not a zombie kind of guy at all. I don't like horror movies and things. I kind of fell backwards into The Walking Dead one night and watched it from season 1 to I last couple kind of lost me, but I watched a good 5-6 seasons of The Walking Dead, just loving every minute of it.
See, that I've never watched. See, when people talk and talk about their passions and what they like, I really love that about people when they share with us.
Yeah, and that was just it. That was really, I'm like, this is the last thing. I'm not into horror movie stuff. I never have been. I just don't find it really all that scary or anything like that. I just kind of find it silly often, I'm just the way my mind works. But there's just something about the way the show was done. Actually, I like the fact that really when you get down to it, the humans are more dangerous than the zombies on the show, and I like that.
That's an interesting one.
Well, yeah, because the people, zombie apocalypse really changes people, and for the most part, for the worst.
Well, it sort of feels like COVID has made a lot of people that way to me.
That's true. I read something yesterday that said that COVID has just made jerks bigger jerks and made kind people more kind.
Oh, that's coined very well.
I guess we should probably talk a little real estate here. What are we talking about today? I know we're talking about carrying on, but what are we carrying on with?
the theme of carrying on. So how do you carry on in developing your real estate portfolio? Well, so to start off, guidance. You need guidance, knowledge. So that would be maybe listening to some podcasts, having a mentor, looking up some YouTubes, really digging into real estate and how to grow a portfolio. There's a lot of information out there. Contact your real estate agent and your financial advisor. And if you don't have one, get one. Seek one out that will really be there for you and that has, here's your goals and your passion, where you want to go, what you want to do in your life, where you're at in your life. It all is different for everyone, and there is so much great real estate wealth out there for everyone, for all their different goals and ideas. So definitely have that guidance, gain that knowledge, and then that passion. Just if you don't have the passion for it, well, go with your passion. But if you have a passion or think you might have passion for real estate, then really dig into that and explore it. And take that necessary steps and don't skip the small steps. So if you have that passion and you have the guidance and that knowledge, that wisdom, turning that knowledge into wisdom is taking those necessary steps and not being afraid. Fear is a bad four-letter word, and it's actually not reality. So don't be fearful, but realize that you can do it just like everyone else has done it, and just take those steps. But don't skip the small steps, because that's very important. Understand fully what you're capable of. And if you need to partner with somebody, do it. Find a great partner, somebody that you trust, somebody who's proven themselves to be successful. Don't overstretch yourself, but don't underestimate real estate as well. There's got to be facts in the black and white numbers. So trust the numbers. Use those cap rate calculators. Use those numbers as a guarantee, but also realize the flexibility and the volatile of real estate. It's volatile as well. So in preparation, and you'll be successful. But there's nothing, there's got to be that first leap of faith that once you take it, you're off to the races. So explore and have fun with it, because there is so much excitement and wealth in real estate. So gain your portfolio. So that's the carry on and develop your real estate portfolio. And how do you carry on when you just can't seem to get that first deposit amount? That ever so first hard deposit amount to raise. So tiny steps add up. It's the consistency in our lives that make us successful. You can't expect to be, up on top of the mountain before you take a few steps up the mountain. You can't get to the end until you go through the process. So have patience. Keep your eyes on that goal, and you will get there. The buildup of repeated actions, when it comes down to even taking, when you take herbs, we take it every day. Well, it doesn't start. You don't start feeling it or seeing the changes in your body until after a couple weeks of taking them. Working out, you're not going to lose weight and all of a sudden have a six-pack, the day after, one or two workouts.
Oh, thanks. I was hoping that's all it was going to take. Way to ruin it for me, Michele.
Sorry about that.
There was my plans for tomorrow afternoon, just gone now.
No. It's got to be every afternoon, or at least a few afternoons a week. Reputation is so important. Successful business careers, it's all about repeated action. It's about habits and forming those habits. And what was it? Was 60 days to form a new habit, I think?
I think so, yep.
So form those new habits, so important. And it's that discipline, right? Got to have that discipline to form that new habit. Once you form the new habit, then it's almost, you don't even need discipline, because it's just a habit. You just do it. But it's just really focusing that first while until you form that habit. And of course, making sacrifices in the short term to gain big in the long term. People go, oh, they're so lucky. Look at them. How did they do it? Or it's not luck. It's not just by chance. It's because of the discipline. It's because they formed those new habits and they had the consistency in their lives, and they had focus and passion. and they saw their goal and their dreams, and they decided, what the heck, I live one life, I'm just going to go for it. So that is my encouragement to everyone about helping yourself raise that first deposit amount to get into the door. And to help you do that, there's a term. It's called carry in real estate. So we're going to carry on in the next segment, and we're going to talk, which has to do with raising your deposit as well. It forms part of that. But what is carry in real estate? And we'll talk about that when we come back.
All right, perfect timing. If people want more information about the services you provide as a top-notch realtor, what can they do?
MicheleCummins.ca.
We're back with more right after this. Real Estate Group show with Michele Cummins and myself, Curtis Pope, and we are carrying on, as that's the theme today. You know what? We should start doing that. You know, like some TV shows always have like a name of the episode. It's based on a song title or things like that. I think we should do that on this show.
Ooh, let's do it. Okay, you choose next week's theme song and name.
Take this job and shove it. Got it. Maybe that's not a good title for the show.
Is that from the real estate perspective or the DJ perspective?
Depends on the day. But it was a great song 40-odd years ago.
You're right. Okay, follow up with me on that one.
Okay, maybe you're gonna take over the naming the episodes. I've just lost my one chance, didn't I?
No, I like a good challenge, Curtis. I'm serious. You're picking next week. If it's that, we'll work it out.
I will come up with, maybe don't always take the first thing that comes to my mind. That's something you should have learned by now.
You really spit that out really quick.
Yeah. No, so I'll give it a little more thought because sometimes I need to give things more thought.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, so what are we carrying on with on this episode? What's our next part of this topic?
Okay, so we were speaking about deposit and how to get your deposit and keeping focused. And so let's talk about what carry means in real estate. So the term owner carry means the seller is financing the mortgage of their property, of their own home. So like a vendor take-back mortgage, it's called carry in real estate. Sometimes borrowers don't fit into the guidelines of a traditional bank loan, and that could be part of not being able to come up with enough deposit. But an offer to carry a first or even a second mortgage could be the tool that allows both parties to get what they want. I always say there is so much flexibility in real estate. No two transactions are the same, and there's always a way of usually working something out if the seller and the buyer both want it. And no matter what a buyer is looking for to do or to buy, same with the seller, there are creative ways to make things happen. And there's a lot of legal ways that all this can be done for the protection of all parties. So that is what carry means in real estate. So this is a great way to get into the market or buy more than the banks will allow you, because that's another thing. If you are building up your real estate portfolio, the banks will only lend you so many properties, right? They look at the risk, overall and say, well, you one person trying to, buy 10, you're on your 8th or 10th property, right? So they do have a limit. And instead of going to maybe you could go to private financiers or you can partner, that's you can joint venture. There's so many different ways. Or do start doing vendor take-back mortgage or having the owner carry part or the whole mortgage for you. So how to carry on when you've had a bad real estate experience, or a bad year in real estate. As COVID has been good for some, not so good for others. There's rent freezes, and maybe the tenants aren't able to pay their rent. So for landlords and tenants alike, but we got to be adaptable, and you should be adaptable. If you're adaptable, you're able to roll with the punches and actually come out on the upside, a positive side. think outside of the box. So life is not perfect, and it never will be. Bad things will happen, and so expect it. There's a lot of success, growth, and joy in the journey, though, so keep the course, because at the end, if you roll with the punches but learn from it and grow with it and keep on going, it definitely is positive. Remember, this too shall pass, and make wise decisions in the heat of the moments. It's the calm decisions in the heat of the moments that will help you be successful. Use even what seems to be bad and look for ways of turning it into a good thing. There's new people you meet that changes your lives, even though something bad happens, or you learn something and you use it in the future to help you grow. So it's like, just always look at the positive, because there are some great things, things in my past that have happened, and I look and I go, wow, I would never have met that person, or I would never have learned that, or I would never have had that opportunity if these things didn't work out. So whenever something goes, not quite the way I expected it to go, I always just carry on, and I look at, there is a reason for this, and there always has been.
Except for getting stuck with this guy on a radio show every week. I still
haven't figured that one out, but I'm sure one day.
There's got to be a positive aspect of this somewhere. You just got to figure it out.
One day, if I live long enough.
You're going to have to live a long life to figure out what you did wrong to get stuck with me. Trust me.
Oh, see, you keep life fun. Look at how much I have learned from you, and hopefully you've learned something from me.
I have learned a ton from you, because obviously, as I've mentioned on the air, we've touched on here on the show a little bit. We're looking to sell the house and move into a new one. And of course, who would I use to represent me? Well, the first three people didn't answer the phone, so I went to you. And and you've been fantastic.
Thank goodness. Half the time I have my ringer off, so I'm glad I answered your call.
But no, I have learned a lot. Kelly will ask questions to you, and actually in the back of my head, I'm like, I know the answer to this.
That is so awesome. Oh, sharing some knowledge.
Yeah, so one day, when, I have to retire, or, perhaps Rogers decides to retire me, I will have to come work for you.
And that is the theme of next week's episode.
I hope not.
I hope not too.
I don't have any other skills. This is all I can do, Michele. So just so you know.
Oh, you're so humble. You're mean. Okay, I was going to not end it with mean.
I don't know where that came from. I guess I do have my mean moments, but...
A mean cook, a mean hockey coach, a mean father. I mean in a good way.
Oh, I'm a mean father. My kids would all completely agree with that.
That's a saying. That's so bad. That's so bad, but in a good way.
I got you. I follow you.
Me? Okay, my lingo.
Now that I've distracted you from what we were carrying on with.
We'll go on with carry on. The meaning of carry on. What does it mean? So the definition is to stay the course, which we've kind of been talking about. And I'm glad, because that's what it means, to stay the course. So to continue doing what you're already doing, to carry on with something is to continue doing that thing. Think of when people would say, like, oh, they have their 10,000 hours, they must know their stuff, or 20,000 hours, or 50,000 hours. But, you carry on. And when you continue doing what you're doing, you grow. You become the best at what you do. Often to carry on is used with another verb, such as in phrases like to carry on working and to carry on talking, as I'm doing right now. Just keep on carrying on. Okay, so that's a lot of carrying on, but now we're going to talk about something completely different, but it uses the word care. It's not carry, but okay, that's a bad segue. But I wanted to talk about our annual Realtors Care blanket drive to support people in need in the Fraser Valley. And it's that time of year, and it's starting to get really cold out there. And usually we have people drop off their blankets or warm jackets or scarves or gloves and socks and what have you, hats, whatever can keep somebody warm. And we ask them to drop them off at our real estate offices, or we go pick them up at our clients' houses. But because of kind of what we're going through right now, we want to stay safe and keep everyone safe. So we've gone online with it. So it's a bit different this year, but it's our annual Realtor Care Blanket Drive. So instead of that collecting that way, who we're helping are charities, and we have actually quite a few charities that we help. We'll support keeping them warm for comfort to women, men, single parents, and children throughout our whole Fraser Valley communities. So they are people coping with mental illness, recovering from domestic or substance abuse, struggling to pay for expenses such as rent and food, visiting food banks to help feed family members, or living in low-income housing, shelters, those on the street. So there's 26 groups that we're supporting, and you could either go to the Fraser Valley Real Estate Board's website and click on the link there, the charitableimpact.com kind of link we've got there, to choose and to give a gift that way. It is from the 23rd to the 27th, but you don't have to wait till the 23rd to start giving and caring. You can go on right now and do it. I also did a blog on my website and on my Facebook business page. There's a link there that you could go to do the same thing. So I encourage everyone, that's a way to help out. If you don't know how or what to do, then please, you can do it that way. Donations of $5 or more will receive a tax receipt from Charitable Impact, and they're a registered Canadian charity. So all funds, less credit card processing fees, I think, but they will give you that receipt. And I wanted to remind everyone, I got a call actually this morning, and somebody wanted to just chat with me about real estate, and I said, absolutely, planning on a phone call, and they said, yes, and thank you so much, and I'd like to give the Union Gospel Mission for you taking the time to do that. So let me know how I can do that. So I thank him very much for doing that. On my homepage on michelecummins.ca, I do have a link there, and I offer free property evaluations or by donation. And I have had people in the past want to donate because they know they're just getting an evaluation for whatever reason. And, they know they're not going to list their property with me or whatever it is that they want to donate. And I'm so thankful for that. So I have that link, and it brings you to the Union Gospel Mission website where there you donate straight to them by clicking that link. And I also have on there that I will match most donations. So it's my way of trying to encourage others to donate as well. And so there we go. So please, if you feel like giving to your community and helping the needy, go ahead and do that. I encourage you, and I thank you for doing it. And something I wanted to give back to my clients is free. In November, I have free move out and move in cleans. So when you sell your property with me, I have my professional move-out cleaners come in. When you just pack your stuff and you can just go away with the moving van, you don't have to worry about cleaning afterwards. I have the professionals come in and do a deep clean, and it is wonderful. And so that's my gift in November. It actually ends November 30th, but then my gift in December is going to be free legal fees. So I always like giving back and saying thank you to my clients, and so you will get your closing, conveyancing fees. I will pay for them when you use me to sell or buy, and that's my gift in December for everyone. So quickly, because I know we got to go, we have a new listing this week. So this is an amazing new listing this week, so come view it this weekend. Go on my website, look at the video, look at the floor plan, look at the pictures, look at the information. It's in West Abbotsford. It's at 2116 Sherwood Crescent. It's so easy to suite. There's no suite in it right now, but easy to. Or build a big and new home. The home currently is 2,362 square feet. It has 5 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and it's on a really good-sized lot. It's an 8,470 square foot lot. Upstairs it's spacious, an open living room, gas fireplace, huge window for lots of natural light. There's a good-sized powered storage shed too in the back, so you could put your garden tools, and there's a carport. So in the OCP, this property is actually Urban 3 infill, so it's a great holding property, or like I said, build right now. It's priced at only $838,000, so don't miss out on this one. And next week, I have an amazing heritage-style home. It used to be the Stokes House coming up in Mission, so keep your eyes out on that, and we will talk with you next week. Oh, I wanted to mention the quote.
I was going to say, where's our quote? You're going to run off without a quote?
I was almost going to, but I thought we'd better give this encouraging quote. Oh, and everyone carry on and have hope. So our quote is, the good old days weren't always good, and tomorrow ain't as bad as it seems, by Billy Joel.
Oh, you dropped a Billy Joel quote. Now that's awesome.
Cool.
I'm a big Billy Joel fan. My brother was growing up, so I became a fan by, proxy.
Sometimes that happens. Our best, those we look up to and love and enjoy, are from our friends or just happenstance.
Well, I could talk about music and all kinds of music all day long, but Billy Joel is one of those guys you have to grow up a little bit to really appreciate, and then you go, wow, this guy's amazing.
And see, I didn't know about you, how much you like Billy Joel. So that was, I'm glad I brought that to you.
Oh, hey, come on. Who do you think wrote Shameless for Garth Brooks? It's a Billy Joel song.
I did not know that.
There you go. You learn something new every day. All right, if people want more information about what you do as a realtor, where can they go?
MichelleCummins.ca.
And make sure you plan to join us again next week when once again we will talk real estate in order to unlock your real estate potential on a show where real estate is maximized. Thanks for listening.